All right.
Okay, I'd like to call the Finance Committee meeting to order. We're going to get started with Health and Human Services, Resolution Number 1, authorization to fill
Move it.
fund.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 2, authorization to fill
Move it.
one.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 3, authorization
Move it.
to accept.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 4,
Move it.
authorization.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 5,
Move it.
Second.
motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 6,
Move it.
Second.
motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Authorization Number 7,
Move it.
authorization,
Second.
motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 8,
Move it.
or
Second.
motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 8,
Number 9.
Number 9. Yeah.
Move it. He didn't get to read it, so.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye. Kind of resolution.
Yeah, supposed to be money.
You give a second.
Carried. Number 10, authorization to lease.
Move it.
Second.
Have a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 11, authorization to enter an agreement with Relation.
Move
Second.
We have a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 12,
Move it.
Second.
we have a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 13, authorization to fill one vacant grade.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 14,
Move
authorization.
it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 15,
Move it.
Second.
motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 16, authorization to contract with the Delphi
Move it.
University.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 17, authorization to fund.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Public Safety. Resolution Number 18,
Move it.
authorization.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 19.
Move it.
Move it.
Oh, second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 20.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 21, authorization for the Sheriff's Office to
Move it.
declare
Second.
4 vehicles. Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Jim, where's the surplus going? Just auction or
Yeah, they go to the hiring.
they're gonna auction out like that? All right. We didn't contact Enterprise or anything on any of these, or just no need, no, okay.
We don't, we only want to do all the shares.
Okay. All right. Resolution Number 22.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 23.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 24.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 25.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 26. Authorization to support a resolution.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 27, authorization to accept a donation.
Move it.
Donation. We have a
Second.
motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 28, authorization to contract with Emergency One.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 29, authorization to enter into a contractual agreement.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. County Government. Resolution Number 30, authorization.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 31, authorization for real
Move it.
property tax
Second.
service. We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 32, authorization for real property
Move
tax service.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution Number 33, authorization for the chairman.
I'd like to speak to this, Jim, if I
Sure.
could quickly. I've been very vocal about being opposed to this because it involved the community section, and I really was concerned that it was going to cause some undue hardship to our agricultural community, who's already faced with enough struggles with trying to make an honest living. I was not at the county government meeting where more information was brought about, and apparently there is a certain amount of support from the agricultural community for this, even though I think it could be a little bit invasive or, bothersome, but, at this point in time, I will be willing to listen to the agricultural communities that have spoken, wrote letters of support and support this, but I'm a little reluctant to where we go with this in the future. I mean, for us to start creating new regulations, we all know that the state has put undue restrictions on us to try and lower our greenhouse gas emissions that is almost impossible to meet. If we use this plan to identify things that we can do within Columbia County that are not as intrusive as the state has, I'm okay with that. But if we get more vigorous with that, I'm against that. So,
I have a comment.
yes, Jake.
Coming from the agriculture side, I didn't really see the concerns that were expressed originally, and I'm glad everybody talked it out and figured it out. But I personally went out on my own to worry about the finances and the funding. This county's getting a reputation of spending. And I wanted to see some returns on some of these investments. I talked to several people about this, and I'm okay with it. This is a campaign we're going to watch, but I want to watch the spending period. After all, we are part of the finance committee here.
Right.
And,
Going to be a tough budget year.
I was told this was going to be budgeted for 25. Yep.
Yeah.
So we got to watch it. It's $30,000. We got to see that we get our money's worth for 60 grand, because I'm tired of everybody thinking grants are free.
Right.
I know that one grant comes out of this pocket, the other one comes out of this one.
Right.
So I looked into it, and I got the climate control committee to really not keep putting a cart in front of the horse, but we got some basic concerns here. My concern is this conversation we had a month or so ago about these lithium ion batteries and a campaign. We talked about doing a campaign because people are putting them in their recyclables. They're handling them. We don't even have a place to go yet, or know what we're going to do with them. They are catching on fire. A month ago, we just had a garbage truck dump its load on Main Street because it was due to a battery going up, lighting up everything. So I got promised that in the highlights of what this group is going to go after is some of the stuff that are concerning us right now, the recyclables. It's the futuristic stuff, the electric cars, we're addressing that fine.
Right.
And we just spent a lot of money on that.
Right.
I want to get back to where we should be, that we seem like we skipped over. Recyclable, batteries, what the future of these solar panels are going to be,
Right.
things like that.
Right.
They assured me that would be a top
Right.
on their key. So after that conversation, I'm still nervous about spending. You're going to hear a whole lot more about it from me on all these little pet projects that we're coming up with, because we're going to run everybody out if we got to bring taxes up. Like, we're probably going to have to.
Yeah.
And so I will make a motion to approve this.
Okay.
Well, we have a motion from Mr.
Oh,
You want a second?
I'll second this.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Can I ask one follow-up question on what Craig brought up that might be a you question? I know in New Lebanon, we do actions that get us money through NYSERDA and other things, and then we put that money kind of aside for other clean actions. Is there funding that we have brought in through becoming bronze or other things that could potentially still go into the budget next year, but that 30,000 come from those funds?
I think the only thing we've gotten is either 5,000 or 7,500 or something. Didn't go anything specific.
Okay,
The EVs we bought in charging stations, that's just reimbursement.
Yep. But I mean, 7,500 could offset it. I'm just saying, let's look at that when we get to budgeting
Yeah.
and see if any revenue.
Well, I
is
think we're
coming
gonna be
that fit.
looking at a lot.
No, we certainly collected some money, but all of the money that gets collected, they force you to spend it in the next project. We're getting to the point now where we're starting to invent projects in order to spend the money on that's available. So this is leading us to more of that, which is, I think, the realistic concern is, this is gonna say you can get more money, but then you have to do something with that money that the state wants you to use it for.
But I know in New Lebanon, like it's been so successful, and just a quick example, because I agree with you that that's happening, but I don't think it's a bad thing. And we've had very personal experience. We brought in over $300,000, and with that money, used it for the next projects, which have been solar panels and heat pumps. And our NICEAG and fuel bills are now 25% what they were before. So yes, it's not free money. Yes, it's government money. We did the actions. They got us that money. We put in solar panels and heat pumps, and now our actual operating budget has decreased. So I'm just saying that those things are true, but it can be done in a really positive, actual cost savings way. Whether you agree with what the state's doing or not, it is money that you can utilize to then save long-term on regular budget items like fuel and.
There's a heck of a lot of community needs right now that we should be looking at.
Craig, coming from the agricultural community, how do you feel this is gonna?
I listened to Tim Ohms. They're not going to come after us any harder than
No,
everybody
but I
already
mean,
does.
I understand that there's areas where there could be grants available and money's
It
available.
could open up some
potentially
avenues on, some
For
older,
these farmers.
right?
Yeah,
They're going to look at fuel. They're going to look at carbon crop, and most people do it.
right,
It
right.
saves us money and
Okay,
time in the long run. I don't want them to spend a lot of time on that because there's 3 other agencies
Right.
already doing it.
right.
So that would
I
be
know
a
that.
waste of that 60,000.
I'm aware
And
of
that's
that.
what I was wanting. We have stuff,
Right.
Wendy pleads to us, from solid waste.
Thank you.
We got a big problem over there. We got to try to decide what, and the little bit of feeling like we're always pressured. This is a hurry. This got to be done by July. I'm getting a little bit. I'm not ready for
It
that.
will be around again next year.
You're running around trying to do your homework, trying to make a good decision. And I just rather plan things out a little better.
Okay,
And we got to watch our next few years
definitely.
on our spending. We're spending a lot of money.
Okay, we'll go to resolution number 34. Authorization to adopt the camera system
Move
policy.
it.
More money.
No, not the
No, this is a policy.
This is just a policy. We spent the.
You spent the money.
Money already got spent.
Motion in a second.
Contingent upon
All in
policy
favor?
getting it. Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Which was ARPA funds, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Still money though.
Public Works, resolution number 35.
Move it. Oh, second.
Motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 36.
Move it.
Second.
Second. Motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 37. Authorization to the solid waste department to fill.
Second.
We have a motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 38, authorization for the chairman of the board to award the bid for the household hazardous waste
Second.
collection events. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 39.
Move it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 40, authorization to accept
Move it.
service agreement. We have a
Second.
motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 41, a resolution is requested authorizing the chairman of the,
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 42, a resolution is authorizing the Philmont non-direction beacon.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Finance, resolution number 43, authorization to approve a contract for section 5311 annual operating assistance for the mass transportation program.
Move it.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 44, authorization to approve the contract for section 5311 capital assistance for the mass transportation program.
Move it.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 45, authorizing the purchase of an electric vehicle for the health
Move it.
department.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? carried. I did want to say something with these electric vehicles that we're getting that we all got to be aware of. Got to make sure that people are not taking these things home. And if they are, we're gonna have to make sure that they're charged before they get them home, because somewhere along the line, we're gonna have employees asking us to put charging systems in their homes for these cars. So we got to watch who we're giving these vehicles to, and we got to also be careful that, you know, our infrastructure is really not in place totally.
Right.
So we got, you know, we're not going to be sending somebody for an hour up to Stewart's and paying them to charge them, you know?
Well, these cars shouldn't be takeover.
No, but somewhere along the line, we
But,
gotta,
yeah,
as
people
we
will
build
want us to
this
keep
system.
buying more. and
yeah,
You're right.
that's what I'm saying. We just got to be careful that don't happen, because I could see it down the pipe that we're talking about money. There you go. Yeah.
My interest is we get a few of these, we try it and see how it goes for a few years.
Right.
You know.
And that was the whole plan. I'm just throwing it out there.
You could also have some sort of simple vehicle use policy that says, you know, EV vehicles will not be the take-home vehicle, because you do have some, you know, sheriff or whoever that,
Sure,
you could just say vehicle use policy,
sure.
take-home
We can,
vehicles will never
just
be.
to throw it out there. That's all.
Well, I think I think Ron, your point is well taken. You have to see how this goes. Because you have people take it out, it's not fully charged, then they're stuck somewhere. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, well, I think to Jim's point is, if we charge these on our own electric bill, it's one cost. It's 3 times that to try and charge it at a quick charge on out, you know,
Right.
out there.
Plus, we got to
So
pay them to sit there, you know.
that's like getting, you know, 5 miles to the gallon in a gas vehicle. So we want to charge, you know, where we can.
I mean, really, whatever departments have these, somebody should be in charge of, at the end of the day, when you clock out at 4 o'clock, it's plugged in.
You plug it in.
And when you arrive in the morning, it's fully charged.
I think that's going to
You
be a
shouldn't be
learning
driving
curve.
anywhere that's gonna use more than a day's worth of.
I mean, it will be a learning curve that everybody's gonna have to learn eventually, you know,
Yeah.
but, right now, until they do, we should just bring them aware. Okay, we have a local law, protecting animals from abuse by establishing a registry for animal abusers. We have a motion and a second, all in favor? Opposed? Carry.
I'm opposed on the registry.
No, wait,
I think so.
Michael,
I got it,
Michael, you
Mike.
voted no?
He opposed.
Okay.
Okay,
We did it in public safety.
is there anyone else who has it? PJ, anything, or?
No, I mean, I can tell you sales tax has leveled off somewhat for the second quarter. So we were behind about $700,000 from the first quarter, we're only behind another $100,000 for the second quarter so
Okay.
far.
Okay,
So it is leveling off a little bit, but,
still not,
it's no
Upward
better
trend.
roses.
Yeah.
It's no better roses.
okay.
If it continues basically going the way it's going, we will probably just meet our budget.
We're not going to have an extra $1 billion. at the end.
Well, last year, we $55 million.
I know.
That's right.
It's not gonna be there.
I know.
So,
Okay, well, let's, hopefully that helps us a little bit.
I'm just gonna get some money to buy that jet.
Anything, have anybody else? Motion to adjourn,
So
Motion
moved.
to adjourn.
second.
Second.
Good afternoon, everybody.